So today will be a very fantastic session. So in DXN, so let me introduce myself. My name is Nixon. I was in the DXN for past more than 15 years. So today we're going to have a very health section regarding with this inflammation and uric acid. So how this uric acid going to, what is the action that uric acid done to our body, so damages, and how we're going to prevent the how we're going to DXN can give you a solution for that or not. So before we start with the program, let me introduce about DXN. DXN is a company that is already in the market for more than 28 years. So it's more than 28, now it's going to be 29th year. So it's expanding very fast and it's going very, very fast, and let's say here fast and furious, because it's already more than 200 countries in the world. So why this expansion of this company is so fast and people able to take DXN as their food, because of the one of the most and we call blessed that we have this product in DXN. We call it Ganoderma. So Ganoderma is is only a mushroom, red mushroom, which have a lot of therapeutic goodness in the mushroom. So this mushroom is able to give a lot of people in this world a new chance. See, in this world, a lot of people are having a lot numbers of health problems. So in the world, we need what we end up in the world is most important things in our life is our health. So no matter how much money you have in the world, so without the health you have, the money is useless, because you can't enjoy the money without the health. So there's a say in Indian that your leg is the most important things in the world, because when you don't have the leg, then it's the only thing that you will see that how important is the leg until our old age. So a lot of people now, you see in the old age time, a lot of people end up in nursery or something. A lot of people can't even walk and can't even do anything. They need every time assist. So we don't want this kind of things to happen to us in our family members. We should live until the maximum and we have a good health until the end of the day. Until we die, we should be work as normal. This is what this must have. This is a human being rights. Everyone have the rights to do it. But the problem with us is we don't know, sometimes most people, we don't know how to take care of our health. And even we are so cautious about the health, but the environment and the situation is not giving the right situation because of the lifestyle that we are going on. So the lifestyle that we are enjoying today is not providing us enough for you to live 90 years or 100 years. Like we are seeing a lot of people are dying at the age of 50 or 60. Why? Because of the lifestyle and the healthiness that they are getting is not prolong them to live until the year 100. But human being is there's a say human being can go until 120 years, but I very barely can see people go more than 90 years. So that's the reason why, because of the environment and the lifestyle that we are enjoying, because we are eating too much of foods, hurry, worry, and curry. We are eating too much of food. We are living in the hurry world, and we are living in the worry world. So if you still continue at this type of rate, then we're going to end up, you can't even reach more than 80 years old. But we need a solution for this. We need to change this lifestyle. So how we get it? We have to start with our health. So if we can able to get back the health that what we want, the others can follow. Because once you get the health, the body and the mind, then you know what to do it and you're able to reach the lifestyle. So the first fundamental is your health. So how to get a better health? So this is where DXN is providing you the solution for this, to get back your health, you regain back your health. No matter what sickness you are, what unhealthiness you're having, you still have a chance to recover back, providing that you are following the right solution and the way how you get it. So this platform today, we're going to teach about this, how this kind of lifestyle can able to change your life and change your health to become a better person. So a lot of people are in the platform, you can see, they are enjoying the lifestyle. Why? A lot of people here is already sick person. They already lost their life, lost your health. So now they gain back all their life. How? Because they are changing their lifestyle. So this is what we are teaching in this platform. And this is what DXN is providing to us. Okay? So by taking DXN product and DXN other things like beverage and all the foods, we can able to regain back our health. At the same time, you have to take care of your health as the food you are taking and certain exercise and some of the thing you changes, you can able to recover back. And also the most important thing is when you have a sickness, better go and see a doctor, get a prescription from that, take your medication accordingly until you see the result. Once you get the result, you're taking a good food, you're taking everything, sure, definitely you will see a good, and you enjoy your life. So this is what we will teach here. And today, the topic is uric acid, inflammation, and all type of acidic problem. How this uric acid is attacking our body and how you can solve this problem, and what the DXN can give you a solution for this. And this is what doctor are going to talk about today. So I hand over to the doctor. So doctor.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, doctor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Nixon. Okay, good morning. Good morning to everyone. So today we're going to have a wonderful session. This is going to be the most important session that everybody was looking for. All right. So I'm Dr. Firdaus, a medical doctor, been for 25 years in practice as an emergency physician. So today I'm almost full-time in DXN, where we are helping and coaching and training a lot of people towards a better health, which is the wellness. So because many people are driven, drift away, I would say, okay, from good health, and people are practically pretty lost when it comes to health, don't know what to do, what got to do, and what not to do. So what I'm seeing is, every day people are confused and they want a quick fix, and also they are pretty drowned with a lot of information out there. Now in this informative world, there are a lot of information out on the internet platform, and people are pretty lost. Okay, let's see the whole scenario, how this acidic could lead you to osteoarthritis, gout, and so many issues. Okay, inflammation and acid body. You see, the inflammation is one of the most happens to need to be corrected and also need to be treated. And at the same time, we are pushing the limit to extremely high into acidity. Okay, so let's see exactly what happens here. All right, you see, we have a alkaline chart and a guideline here, which is, we know, everyone knows this, that alkaline is number 7. Okay, alkaline is the 7, which is neutral. But which side we are supposed to be? In our body, human system is normally 7.5, 7 and all. But we never go up to like 3, 2, 1 and all. Only dead body will go up to extremely acidic, and then this is dangerous. But our body is so extremely fantastic. It's designed in such a way. God has created such a magnificent system where the system has auto balance, which will never let the system to go acidic. Most of the time, we always claim your body is extremely acidic, which is not extremely acidic. Sometimes people may come to 6.1 to 5 around there, okay, which is slightly still in the alkaline zone, still in the green zone, but we will never go more than that. So when your body become very close to acid, your body will tend to buffer and push it back to alkaline. So these things will normally need a lot of nutrition, okay, nutrition which is needed, such as calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and all. So a lot of good nutrition is wasted for necessary purpose. If you really take care of this issue in terms of eating habits and our living lifestyle, we're able to control the alkaline and acidity in our body system, in our ecosystem. And this is very important. What to do? People are so much prone to eating habit, and they love to dine, love to eat, and love to do a lot of things. So the acid food or acidity food is extremely vastly been enjoyed by people. Okay, so what are the acidic food? We will see that. So this is the alkaline and acidity chart. Okay, that mostly you need to know. Okay, and then if you see here, this is the chart. We also have very highly acidic food here. Okay, and this is the most acidic, which is always we see all the beverages, which is an alcohol, colored stuff. Please mute the whole session.
I already moved everybody, doctor.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay, we see here, and one of the most alkaline food, which is all the processed food, which is very highly carbonated in all these stuffs, and then you see the meat, the chocolates, and popcorns, and mostly comes here, and then also the meat it comes here, milk and all you can see. So we can see generally this is a guideline. So most of the food which is processed is acidic. Okay, which is more to the like fruits and vegetables and all, it goes up to alkaline. But the truth here is, even this pH chart is a little wrong, which is not very much true. And if you see, all food which is given to us by God is alkaline. When it comes to egg, before you process them, before you cook the egg, it is still alkaline. When you process them, when you tend to cook them, and then that it's where it become acidic. Okay, this is what happens. So meat also goes the same thing. Before you cook the meat it tends to be alkaline. So in our food, there is 4 things we need to know. One is acidic, second is alkaline, and then enzyme and green theory. These are the 4 things which every food category can be divided into. So if you were to take egg, a raw egg, it's alkaline and also it has enzyme, but it doesn't have green and it's not acid. When we cook them, we lose the enzyme and then we lose the alkalinity and increasing the acidity. So the same goes to the meat as well. So the meat, naturally, it's alkaline, but when you cook them, it becomes acidic. And uncooked meat has enzymes as well. Okay, so when you see milk, if you take a raw milk is very highly acidic, but if you convert them into yogurt, then it will become alkaline and it comes with enzymes, so it become healthy. So the way how we process our food now, which is very much buffering to acidity level. So this is what we are focusing. And these are the areas where people love the food so much. Okay, these areas on the acidic side. So this is one of the most dangerous food we are taking. So in our organ, when it comes to our organ, we can see here, okay, we can see the alkaline and acidity in every individual organ, okay? So if you were to see the saliva, which is 6 and 7, which is alkaline, brain also is alkaline, heart, and most of all the organs is alkaline based. Only urine is a little acidic, 4.58. And when you come and you see the whole lot here, it is very alkaline. So our system is naturally alkaline system. Only the gastric, which the stomach, is acidic. Okay. The stomach will become acidic. Why our stomach is being acidic is because when we eat, we need the food to be digested. So that is the reason our stomach is very highly acidic. And also, one main reason for the acidic levels to be in this ratio is to kill the bacteria or any kind of, dirt or, virus comes in our food. And this is where, when it comes to the acidic environment, the bacteria and the virus can be killed. And this is how it goes. So it is always very highly appreciated, or suggestion here, when you eat, do not drink water. And especially when you take cold water, is extremely reducing the digestion system. Okay, you are reducing the digestive efficacy here. So this is what I always tell people: when you eat, at least 30 minutes or after 1 hour after the food, you may have your water. So don't drink and eat together. This is extremely bad habit, which is reducing the efficacy of digestion, where you are diluting the gastric secretion, the gastric juice. So when you tends to eat and drink, so you can eat even more, which will push you to the obesity. And also you are flushing all the food and the good enzymes, and delaying the digestion process. Okay, most of the time, certain foods, when you go along with the food, and you tends to have a very sluggish kind of digestion. And water is something that you need to swallow. A lot of people ask this question: what happens if you choke? Food need to chew. If you chew your food very well, you take good timing, and definitely you will not choke. Water is what you need to swallow. Food you need to chew. The more you chew the food gradually will go through your esophagus, and it will start to move down slowly. And this is a very simple and automized system that you don't have to put an extra effort in digesting the entire swallowing the entire thing. If you swallow a big chunk of food, obviously it's going to get stuck. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. And this is that we go into the digestive system, okay, the tract, and you see what is the acidity ratio or the balancing here. The stomach will become very acidic. You can see the stomach is acidic. And then it comes to the small intestine, which is very alkaline, which is neutral. Okay, this is where all the nutritional absorptions takes place, and this is the power hub of the immune system. 70% of the power, the immunity comes from our small intestine. Then it goes to the large intestine, which is your descending and colon and all. And this colon here, you see, which is very mild acidic. Then eventually the descending colon and your transcolon all become very alkaline, okay, which is come neutral. So this is how naturally our human system is. So we are putting in too much of acidic food into our system, and we are spoiling the entire process. So this is where the digestion fails, and also the nutrition absorptions get delayed, and we are not really maximizing the digestive process, and a lot of malnutrition takes place in this area, okay, due to very poor digestive system, eating habit, drinking while eating, and also eating very fast. This is what happened. So when you eat in that kind of manner, and what will happen is, when the system is very much acid and the body has to balance the acidity and the alkalinity, and this will damage the cell. Okay, the cells will not having good ratio of nutrition and also good ratio of alkalinity. So the cell will have an environment, acid environment, and this is cause a lot of fat retention into your system. Okay, so the whole system we see here, it comes from atom, molecule, cell, and then the cell will become tissue. When your cell is very unhealthy cell, okay, you have a damaged cells, then obviously you produce a damaged and poor quality tissue. When the tissue all get together and become an organ, and you will have a poor organ. All the load on the poor tissue will take the whole load on the organ. The efficacy or the functioning, the efficiency of the organ function will tends to drop. So when you join all the organs, we become one organ system. That's where we will start to have inflammation and a lot of other issues will take place. And it is the whole human system tends to fail. And this is a little explanation here on the DNA ratio. The enzymes, this is how the whole system gets damaged and incomplete repair. Sometimes the tissues damage can be repaired, at times cannot be repaired. What happens when if it cannot be repaired? When it cannot be repaired, this will cause a lot of scars in the tissue, and the tissue become damaged, and the tissue's lifespans, the cell's lifespans will start to drop, and this is where you become a necrotic cell. Okay, and this is where we can see the injured cells become necrosis, and also adoptis when it become fully damaged and it cannot be recovered, and this is where the cell gets suicide. See, we always tell that every cells has a lifespan of under 20 days, but not the entire human cells. A lot of cells have very long lifespan and it cannot be replaced. Only it will be replaced in a certain period or a certain duration. But most of our blood cells, our red blood cells have a lifespan and has a replacement of under 20 days. Okay, so it is very, very crucial and very important to take care of the environment, the whole environment from the day one and until the day we leave this universe, until the death. So this is very important, where we need to take care of every single organs and every single system. How we're going to take care is increase the quality of the food, the environment, thought, and all. So this is very important. If you were to see the growth of the cells here, okay, this is a rough guidance here. If you see the hair growth is 0.35 mm per day. And that fast is how it will grow. And also the nail, okay, the fingernail grows 0.1 mm per day. So the hair grows much faster compared to the nail. And the rest of the other part of the cells has duration here. Okay, if you see the skeletal replaced, every 10-year once. So the blood cells here, the red blood cells has 120 days lifespan. So this is where, when we say, our cells will be replaced every 120 days lifespan, and this is the red blood cell. The other cells, that's why when you lose your wisdom tooth, it's not going to grow back again. So when you comes to the teeth, okay, your tooth need to be taken care well. So if you're going to lose them, you're not going to get a replacement because that particular cells do not grow back, or your body cannot regenerate back another wisdom tooth for you. The same goes to all the other part of the organ. So if you were to take your liver cells, will replace every 300 to 500 days. That it depends on how healthy the whole environment is. Nowadays, what we can see is people are having very high acidity environment. The whole body system is very close to acidity environment, which is putting all the load on the organs to manage to push the system into alkalinity. So this is putting the load on working organs. So this is where after about 10 years, 15 or 20 years, the organs tends to get tired up and become high mortality rate. It'll be there. Okay, so you can see the heart is 6 years, cerebral stops growing 2.53 years. Okay, visual cortex stop growing when you are born. Okay, and a lot of different fat storage cells replaced every 10-year once. Okay, so this is where, we need to really take care of the system, because we are not going to get the cell replacement. What happens if our environment is very close to acidity? So we put in a lot of loads on the lungs. You can see it creates a lot of excess mucus in the body, manifesting cough, breathing troubles, chest, lethargic, and all these things happen. And your bone also tends to be very brittle, and we can lead you to osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, when the environment is very much closer to acidic environment. Why? Because your body tends to need to use all the minerals, most of the minerals, the important minerals, to buffer and to push back the system into alkalinity or neutral. So this is very important. And also the brain. Okay, tends to have a sluggish memory. A lot of issues comes, neurological conditions, may differ. And also you can lead to Pakistan and a lot of things. That's why nowadays we have a lot of people, Alzheimer, memory lost, and this is a big issue. Even today I met a member, but he is 79. For 79, he's pretty strong and very good health, but yet his memory is really disturbing him. He tends to be very forgetful now. You see, when you already start to have difficulties on memory, it's a pretty difficult time to, fix this memory or to recorrect back the, Alzheimer and all. So Parkinson, heart, liver problems, stomach, intestine, skin, a lot of problems will start to flare. And this is what will increase the metabolic syndrome. Okay, when it comes to insulin resistance, and one is connected with another problem. And this is also will lead you to gout. So gout is another problem which is very, very common. A lot of people has this. And now these people who have gout is all the youngsters, okay, in 30s and 25, and mostly the elderly have quite a number of these. This is the crystallization toxin. Okay, go back to our gynotherapy. Toxins and imbalances of malnutrition, okay, is the most two major problem what we have and we need to take care. One is the toxin, and another one is malnutrition. So toxins, so all these issues comes under toxin category, even the high acidic, and then when your system become highly acidic and it push to the alkalinity, and then it become imbalanced and losing a lot of nutrition for the process. And this gout is another crystallization. Okay, toxins will deposit into all your cartilage and joints, and this will form a crystallization growth, and this will reduce your mobility. So you cannot move that efficiently. And whenever you strain or do some kind of vigorous activity, that particular joint has the crystallization toxin, tends to have inflammation, and next day it will start to swell. What happens if you take a small knife or nail, you start to scratch your skin, and the next day you can see, or in that few moments, you can see a bruises and bumps, and that will cause you swollen. And that is what inflammation. And for that wound to recover, it takes easily 14 to 20 over days. And this is the major inflammation. A lot of people want a quick fix for this. We may reduce this pain, but we cannot reduce the inflammation overnight. If the damages which is done by the crystallization deposition is very, very mild, yes, you may recover in a couple of days. If it is very, very bad and it is too deep scars, and it will take easily 2 to 3 weeks for recovery. That's why a lot of patients comes to the clinic and ask for a quick relief, because they're very busy with a lot of things. They have this agenda, that agenda, they want a jab, and at times it works, most of the time it doesn't. And this is the deformed legs, many which you have seen. I've seen quite a number of this kind of growth. This is due to gout. Okay, this is a total deformation. This is something like a gout being there for years. And this is a very difficult process. Even surgical removal or doing it by debridement of all these particular toxins, it's not going to help. It will immediately will start to regrow back. Okay. And this, look at that, is totally, deformed leg. Okay. And this will cause a lot of problem. But when you come to this extent, can we fix it with DXN? But we cannot fix this in a very fast way or a short period of time. Obviously, it will work. It will give you a great help, but it needs time. And also you need to put in a lot of attention when it comes to lifestyle and your food habit as well. And also depends on how much of DXM products are you going to consume. That is the biggest question always I ask people. They will say, I am taking a lot of this and that, but what is the quantity? It's no point you're taking 10 products and you're taking all half of what you're supposed to take, like one capsule, half a tablet, and you take alternate days. That is no point. You rather focus on 3 things: RGGL, Rishikanu, Ganachelium, and Spirulina in a larger quantity. That may help you even give you a better result. This is, look at this leg, is totally deformed, and all these kind of problems is extremely, it's already changed the shape of the bones. All right. So this is a really a terrible acute gout syndrome. Comes to osteoarthritis. Okay, osteoarthritis is also another inflammatory problem due to overstraining, and you are losing the ability or the strength of the cartilage, which is there in the tip of the bone. Okay, this is the knee, and you can see the healthy knee and unhealthy knee here, and this is what will happen. And all this will cause deformed, and the cartilage will be, because the upper bone and the lower bone tends to touch each other, and this will cause a lot of damage here. Okay, so this is stages of osteoarthritis, which been graded, has level stage 4, stage 3, 2, 1. And you can see the stage 4 here is so bad, and at times you cannot do anything. Even sometimes the cartilage will be fully gone here, and the cartilage will be fully gone, and you need to go from some reconstructive surgery. Okay, and this is the X-ray. This is where the X-rays, you can see normal knee is like this, and this is where the top, the bone, the femur and the bottom tibia is been touching to each other. Okay, this is really, there's no gap. So what will happen is eventually both these knees will touch each other, and they will start to worn off, and it will start to bleed internally, and it will cause severe acute pain. And this is what the normal bone, the X-ray looks like. We can see some space, and this is no space. Okay. And this is how it looks like, the another part of the knee and osteoarthritis in acute manner. At times you cannot repair, there is no regenerative issues will take place. So you need to go for transplant, knee transplant. Now they are doing a lot of new technology. It's been there. Okay, the orthopedic has been really doing great because they have a lot of new technology, and they're doing even stem cell therapy. And the stem cell therapy is very effective, but it is very, very costly. Okay. The stem cell therapy even can fetch a price up to $500,000 and up to 1 million. But obviously, the results is mind-blowing results. I have seen that, but it's the only thing is it is too expensive. How many of them can afford? Okay, one injection might cost you about 250,000, and they might go for 3 to 4 injections, and this is what it will have 14 or 30 days into 45 days results, and you can get a brand new knee. But do you have that much of money? Okay, that is the questions. But most of the time, what I would say is, please take care. For those who already have a bad knee problem, please take care of your food. Please take care of your lifestyle. and you have the high possibilities or chance to reverse the condition. Don't wait until you comes to this extent. Okay, stage 4, stage 5, 6, and your knee is totally gone beyond repair and beyond reversible condition, and then you are on DXN products, and then how that going to really help you? Okay, this is a very big question, right? So it is time, and this is our surgical environment looks like. This putting a titanium knee there, and this kind of titanium knee replacement is quite effective, good, but it still depends on how healthy your bone is. Can they implant this titanium or the fiber, whatever? Now they have many different types of material. What can your bone hold it? Do you have a good bone density? You have the strength, you have the blood flow, you have the protein structure, the fat structure, tissues, all good for a good recovery. If you do not have any of these, still is going to be a problem. Okay, so osteoarthritis doesn't only happens on the knee. It happens in every single of your joint. The very common osteoarthritis is the finger, and then it comes even to the knee, because knee is something, it takes all your load, and also the hip. Okay, the lock on the hips is also extremely, first it hits your knee, and then when you start to limp, you start to put in all the load on the hip, and then after a couple of years, the hip joint will start to give way. Just imagine you have a hip joint problem and you have a knee joint problem, how bad it going to be. So I just can't imagine anything like that, that is going to be extremely bad. And this is also shoulder. Okay, this is a shoulder, and this is also extremely bad. This normally people will have anything to do with like old age, people who using the shoulder too much, especially like sports people on tennis or badminton or anything based on racket game. So this cause a lot of injuries on the shoulder, especially because why? Because nowadays we see many of the sports people have very bad recovery because of malnutrition, and also with a lot of synthetic vitamins and chemical based vitamins, injections, painkillers, and all these things cause them to have a very bad balance, very bad nutritional intake and all this. But you see, sometimes the high profile athletics have been taken care, but they are taken care, but they do not understand the real true function of the ecosystem of the nutritional internally. Okay, but they have all kind of advice and this and that, but it's very difficult to say. But due to these reasons, many of the athletics, they only can perform up to age of 25, 28. Even you can see all the international footballers, they're going to go up to about 30, the maximum. And after that, the graph starts to deteriorate and they can't really perform as when they are young. And you can see here, this is also the shoulder, and this is also the shoulder. The part here, the joint here is so bad, and then everything is really going off in deterioration. And it also happens in the spine. This is where all your lower lumbar disc will start to have, and the synovial, in between the two discs, and it will start to worn off. And this is also the lumbar osteoarthritis. Okay, so osteoarthritis and arthritis, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, two different things. Okay, we can see that comparison here. Okay, progressive mechanical disease, osteoarthritis is progress issue, which is like a footballer, you are carrying too much weight or obesities and all these things. Arthritis inflammation is a chronic inflammatory disease. This is both also comes due to toxin accumulation and also due to food, bad food intake, and also lifestyle. Too busy, no time for sleeping, very bad food, very imbalanced nutritionally. All these cause inflammation, and this is what causes immune system, like SLE, lupus, and all this comes under this category here. And some will also cause tendonitis, tendon inflammation, ligament, all these things. Inflammation, swollen pain, burning sensation, all these things is the sign and symptom. And this side we see the osteoarthritis is more to progressive or regenerative disease. This is where more to wear and tear issues here. Okay, so this is also another issue. And then we see the common types of arthritis. This is two common arthritis: rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is a swollen inflammation synovial membranes. Okay, we can see a lot of inflammations and swollen, and this happens to every of the single joint. Okay, these all the joints will get inflammation, and this is nowadays it's been very, very common, rheumatoid arthritis. DXN products really help on rheumatoid arthritis because it balances the entire acidic issue, toxins issue, and all. Osteoarthritis is also another issues which we can say more to regenerative kind of issue. So the most dangerous and very hard to manage is rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, and this is how nowadays people look like. Okay, they will travel in a bike, you can't see the bike, but only the body will be moving, and this is how they look like. This is so dangerous because, and this is highly inflammatory body. And a lot of studies says now obesity is one of the fastest leading syndrome towards disease. New research shows that the obese are up to 4 times as likely to develop knee osteoarthritis as they are developing high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes. High blood pressure and type 2 diabetic is very, very much interrelated due to metabolic syndrome. And you see, this is how people look like. Nowadays, we see all the young people, the young girls especially, they look like a mother of 4 or 5. Too obese, too big in size. The hips are so huge and all. What is really, really happening? Because the reason why they look like that is their food is been very poorly managed since they were a teenager. And since they were a little ones, their food is very highly acidic food, and this kind of processed food is given, but it takes around 25 to 30 or 40 years to cause damage. See, the first picture is 25. I am 25 and then 35, and that's how it goes. And in this kind of environment, there the body is overweight. I've seen a child which is 9 years old, the weight is 65, 68 if not mistaken. She lives on fast food. When I told the mother, most probably you might lose your child in another 5 or 6 years or 10 years. And she was very, very upset with me. And she was like not happy. And then she stopped coming to my clinic. But I did my job and it's up to her, just doesn't matter. But cutting short, so this is one of the major problem for osteoarthritis because the weight that knee is bearing, which is 4 times. If you are 70 kg, every single steps you make, the knee's impact is times 4. Remember, if you are 50, your impact will cost 200 kg for that knee. So if you don't have poor nutritional intake, very highly acidity environment, and that definitely going to cause a lot of damage. No doubt our body can do the repairing, but the repairing is too slow, the damage is too greater. And then it will lead you to osteoarthritis in the 15 or 20 years time. But when you are 15 or 20 years time, you are not going any smaller either. Looks like you are getting bigger and bigger. This is where you're growing year by years, yeah? Okay, look at this obesity chart here. Okay, obesity and osteoarthritis is very much linked, and this is very interesting research which is going on in many places. And this is the vision circle. Okay, the proven relationship between osteoarthritis and obesity and increased prevalence of both has raised serious concern among the medical community. So this is interrelated. One of the major reasons for obesity is acidity. Acidity and obesity is very much interrelated. When your environment is very close to acidity, your body will tend to retain fat because the cells cannot live in acid environment, but it will start to put in all the effort to push to alkalinity. But when he push to alkalinity, he has to lose a lot of minerals and nutrition from the body. But at the same time, the speed of the acidity is increasing because nowadays people are eating quite number of times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and even more times with too many junk food. And this is what happens is the obesity tends to be extremely uncontrolled, and the body will start to protect the cells by stuffing in a lot of fat around the cells. And every single cells will start to retain fat. And what will happen is then you become extremely heavy. When you come heavy, and this you can see the obesity, okay, 2 out of 3 adults, okay, in 3 and 1 in 3 children are overweight, and this is extremely alarming. And Malaysians are very, very well known for obesity. I think we are the top number 1 or top 3 or something like that. I think number 1 in Asia, top 3 in the world. Malaysia boleh, yeah. Obesity cause, this is a statistic based on UK, and I think Malaysia, UK is nothing. I think maybe we should, if we were to do this kind of studies in Malaysia, it will be a mind-blowing studies, and I don't know where to put in the statistic. Most probably they might not publish it because they feel very, very embarrassed. Okay, and this is hip joint, knee joint, ankle joint. Now you can see many kids have a dinosaur kind of leg. Okay, they do not have the arch in the leg, the foot there, the feet, when you put in the feet, you can see a little arch. But nowadays, a lot of kids do not have the arches because they have a flat feet. That is very, very bad. After this talk, take a picture, or when what you can do is, normally there is a mission. Okay, in orthopedic department, we'll ask them to stand, and that will do a printout on your standing style and your pressure distribution, whether it is equally been distributed or it is not equally distributed. But nowadays, most of the time, we'll see their feet are not equally distributed. They have a dinosaur kind of, and this is, inwards slugging kind of feet. And this kind of feet will cause a lot of problem in finding food waste, and they are modifying, and this business has been like, spiking up because people are becoming too heavy and heavy. Okay, 14 times of the obese person is more likely to develop knee osteoarthritis. Obviously, we do not need a very medical studies on this. If you are carrying so much of weight in your body, you're supposed to be 40, and if you are 80, you are 50 times extra. Another 50% is extra, 40 become 80. And this is how nowadays people looks like. They are double the weight, and this causes a lot of problem on the knee. As I told you, it takes 4 times extra weight, impact on the knee. And this, the cost is going up. The osteoarthritis, development, knee, everything is really, really spiking like crazy. Okay. This even modest weight, speeding up, okay, breakdown cartilages increase. Okay. Every kilo equals to 4 kilo loads on your knee. Okay, this is really, really bad. And effect excess weight can be 4 to 5 times greater the key point of the part of the joint. Okay. Knee pain hinders mobility, loads. What happens is when you start to have knee pain, you obviously can't do exercise. So obesity comes first, and then people are very obese. They always have reasons not to move, not to do this, not to do that. So they will tend to not to move because of the pain, and that is where the obese also will go greater and greater and greater. And this will lead you to osteoarthritis. 81% of 8.5 million osteoarthritis suffers in some form of constant pain. Osteoarthritis pain is extremely throbbing and very, very, very difficult to manage. Why? If you are not walking, if you are just being on bed, you may not have pain. If you tend to walk a bit, it is extremely bad pain. Especially the one who works for standing working for 10 hours, 12 hours, and obese, definitely it will be like, maybe 15 or 20 or 30 times faster of osteoarthritis. Okay. So you got to go and really seriously look into this kind of issues. Okay. And obesity is one of the main reason, and also the acidity is another concern here. So use the DXN products wisely. And how does the DXN products can help you is every single products what we have in DXN has alkalinity issue. And in DXN, we are talking about acidity environment, which is the toxin form. Toxin is our major killer, and malnutrition is another area we need to look at. So use DXN products, and every single products will help you. Don't ask me what other products is good for osteoarthritis. All the DXN products is good for osteoarthritis. RG, GL, spirulina, Morinzyme, coffee, cocoa Z, lemon Z, our, pearl powder, guano oil, Zimico, every single thing, even the toothpaste, all is good. So changing of the lifestyle is the fundamental what we see here in this presentation. Okay. So I want you to understand that if you go to the stage 4, okay, you cannot reverse it that easily. Most probably, if your knee already go inward and you're already having an arch-shaped knee, and the knee is extremely bad, no way you can regenerate or reverse this condition. If it in stage 1, stage 2, obviously you can put in all these remedies and you can change the alkalinity issues, and all the recoveries will take place. Okay, so please get in the questions here for those who have questions on these issues, and we will see how. And the leaders can also do some sharings and what are the products you give. Like yesterday's talk on Tamil, a lot of leaders participate and they shared their way of how they recommend the products. All the products is safe for osteoarthritis. This is not about the treatment; it is about changing your lifestyle, where integrating more alkaline food into your environment. This is the most important. Okay. If you are drinking the commercial coffee out there is extremely acidic coffee. So change to our healthy coffee, which is alkaline-based coffee. And also comes to all this other nutrition, other supplements. Ours is not nutrition, is not supplement, is food-based, highly therapeutical food with medicinal function, and this is how it works. So this is the food. So integrate, put it into all your remedies, and then use. Comes to quality, there is no question asked on quality. We do not compromise on quality. DXN always comes with the best products. That is why we establish in 70 over countries, 230 countries, we have products even more. And we have 10 million members, and we are sailing. This is our 29th year. We successfully completed 28th year, and this is our 29th year. For all the leaders here, I'm giving you one information. Now we already finished the first quarter, and we already gone into April. Any companies who gone into April, we are almost close to half a year. There are so many companies already plotting the statistic of forecasting for 2021. technically, if you look into the area, 2021 is kind of ending. You have to remember that. When we talk only about the current year for the first 3 months, when you go to the fourth month, is 2022, no more 2021. So a lot of people may still focusing on, still want to wake up early, still want to do this, still want to do that, blah, 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 blah stuff, and still talking about 2021 until December. We are kind of late, and now whenever you write the date, you can feel the fear. Why? Time is really, really flying very fast. So either you got to increase your speed, not reduce the time speed. The time speed do not reduce, do not increase, and it still stick with the same momentum. We got to increase our standard of performing, standard of looking for results, standards of fulfilling what you really need. So remember, 2022, what we are focusing now. Most of the companies doing that. They already have graphs, statistics, projections for 2022. 2021 is finished. We are coming. We already finished the first quarter, and we are already going to finish the half of the year in another 2 months. Now it's 8 April. Another ding dong, ding dong. There comes May, June. Palm, half year finish, another 6 months. Goodbye 2021 and 2022. So act fast, go fast, and this is what you need, especially in the DXN, for all the leaders who have goal that the time frame is extremely short. Thank you for watching. We'll go to the Q&A session. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel to get the latest updates here, and always stay with us for the educational platform here. This platform is mainly for you to know and learn a lot of things on the product and how to apply the product and help more people, and also help to grow your network. Ms. Nixon, are you there, sir?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, so no questions?
No question yet here in the chat box yet, Doctor.
Okay.
So maybe you can ask directly from them.
Okay, please, call the, Shell is here. Yes, Shell, you may unmute and speak.
Yes, Shell, you can unmute now. Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor. That was really a wonderful presentation. And
Thank you.
The thing is, people are thinking that once they get all these various ailments, they've come to the end of the road. They don't know that it can be reversed. And it is because of the mistakes that they made.
Yeah, very true, very true.
And they're not, and they don't want to take responsibility for the mistakes, and asking for quick fix from doctors and from products and everything. But the wonderful thing is there's so many things available in DXN which can help in these conditions. So I really want to thank you for highlighting how we arrive at this kind of terrible situations.
Yes.
And yet how there is hope. There is hope that you can reverse.
Yeah.
And actually at every level, even our brains, there's this neuroplasticity.
Yes.
And a lot of people are suffering from, as you said, Alzheimer's and memory loss because they stop using their brain. So they stop learning new things, and
No, you see,
and
Shell,
so just
nowadays
like the
the
people
problem is,
pardon?
the problem is nowadays most of the time they forgot they have one. At most of the scenarios, we need to remind them, they have one. That is the biggest problem. But it's very rough to say in that way, but that is the fact.
Yeah. So it's same thing with every part of our body,
Yes.
If you want to be a couch potato and lie there without moving your limbs, what is to be expected, all go,
Exactly.
So I think there is good news, and I wish people would, realize that they don't have to go and opt for, very invasive procedures.
Yes.
And the only thing is patience, I think, because
Yes.
you took 40 to 50 to 60 years to develop this condition,
Yeah.
but then you want overnight remedy,
Yes.
Oh, I took your coffee. Oh, I took your Lindsay, or your reishi mushrooms, and it's not, I don't feel any difference. So our cells, as you pointed out, doctor, every cell is, renewing itself,
Yes.
and it needs to be nourished,
Yeah, exactly.
and most of us are, even though they're big size, they're malnourished.
Very true.
Not like in those days, we see all these pictures of people in the African continent, all skin and bone and all that. Then we say, oh, they're malnourished. No, we are overfed here, but we are our cells are starving, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yet they can be nourished. And we are so blessed in Malaysia that we have this Ganoderma, this Lindsay with so many nutrients. And why I just can't understand.
It is
why
not
we are-
only the Ganoderma, a lot of ulams in Malaysia, a lot of other nutrients. We are
Yeah.
rich in nutrients and a lot of herbs. But still,
Yeah.
people are not using it. That's a problem.
Yeah. And we opt for all those fast foods and processed foods and, whatever is going to damage our, whatever is tasting good, So we are all slaves to our taste buds. So
Very
I
much,
hope,
very much.
we learn to correct this. So thank you very much, Doctor, for enlightening us and giving us the hope that with DXN, we can reverse these conditions, just exercise some patience and learn what is it mistake you made and what can you do to rectify it.
Yes.
Thank you,
Exactly.
Doctor.
It's very important.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shell. You are doing a great job. In fact, sharing with every of your friends what to do. Some listen, some don't.
Do our part.
Do our part.
Yeah. Okay. Any others? If having any questions about this osteoporosis and arthritis or any uric acid and any of these, you want to share something regarding with your any testimonials? Also can now. It's open section now. You can raise your hand. You can unmute you. See, sometimes we have a lot of information we can share to people. So this would help many people to gain the knowledge. Yeah, Mr. Balam.
Balam.
Yes. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning, DXN.
Yes, good morning, Balam.
Okay, doctor, thank you very much for the thing, whatever you have shared this evening. But doctor, one thing, I have one issue, doctor.
Okay.
Doctor, actually this left leg, how to say, on the left leg, we call it palm, right, doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But foot, I don't know what we call, I can't.
Okay.
Toe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this part, especially the left one, always get pain, doctor.
Which part of the leg, right or the left?
Left, doctor, left.
Okay.
So though I am consuming like RGGL continuously and spirulina and everything, but I don't know what kind of products should I take for this.
Okay. See, the left leg is very much connected with your digestion, which is your stomach.
Yeah.
Because the left leg is your meridian of your stomach. Okay. So always remember, if your left leg cause you any problem, that shows your weakness or recovery of, your stomach is complaining. Your stomach needs help. So whenever your stomach needs help, you need to stop all the inflammatory food which you are taking. the most inflammatory food that everyone takes every day is bread, chapati, bread, milk, and all kind of acidic coffee out there in the market, the commercial coffees. Coffees generally is acidic. Okay, you have to remember, I'm not saying high quality coffee or low quality coffee. Even the high quality coffee is acidic. So that is the reason the commercial coffee out there, you cannot take more than 1 or 2 coffee. Okay. The DXN coffees is different than the other coffee. You see, coffee is a beverage that everybody loves. Like I personally takes about 8 to 10 cups per day. Okay. I'm crazy of coffee. And I find that the coffee really gives me a lot of good health benefit. Thank God, in DXN, we have a wonderful coffee. Our caffeine is 0.06 lower caffeine. The purpose of the companies to come out with a lower caffeine is because they know and they knew that the statistics says people do not stick with 1 cup of coffee per day. They want 3, like 4, and this is quite normal. Okay. And we have all the therapeutical, highly therapeutical mushroom, which is added into our coffee. And our sugar is sugarcane graded, high quality, chemical free sugar. And the creamer is a non-dairy creamer, which is a palm oil based creamer, comes with the good fat as well. So our coffees become alkaline coffee. Okay. So the caffeine is very low, 1 part of acid, 3 to 4 parts of alkaline there. So our coffee is an alkaline coffee. So it's good for health. So the coffees out there, the teas out there is mostly, it's very acidic. So you have to be very careful with all the food which they take. So this is the stomach related issue. That's why it is reflecting on your left leg. If it is reflecting on the right leg, that shows your liver is the problem. Okay. So this is not a disease. This is little bit of imbalances you need to retune or, rectify and change your lifestyle. It will get back to normal. So in DXN, what will help you is RGGL spirulina, that is normal, that you take every day to balance the whole hemosystem in your body. You take a lot of morinzi, morinzyme, codipine, our virgin coconut oil, the coffee, lion's mane, and all this helps your stomach. If you are in Malaysia, you can even add in the Gejin plus, shiitake, and all this is good for the stomach. So please stop taking bread, chapati, milk. All this is not good for the stomach, and this gives you a lot of damage. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Dr. Yes. Puan, yeah.
Dr. Puan, yes.
Doctor.
Hi, Doc. And hi, everyone. Good morning.
Hi, Dr. Puan. How are you?
Good morning.
Very, very good. Thank you. It was a fabulous session today. This is the second time I'm listening to it. I listened to the Tamil one.
Okay.
You've added more stuff, and it's really, really good. Gives us a very good overall picture, and also, things that we have to be very mindful about. And the thing that I really liked is that preventive health, it's so important. If we focus on people who are healthy, and then they don't even have to worry about having osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis for that matter,
Yes.
So I think, our target for healthy people is huge.
Yes.
And the other thing is, I just want to share my own experience. And also I've got one question, my own experience, I was told that I have osteoarthritis when my pediatrist, diagnosed that I had a very, very big heel spur. Heel spur, huge. He said, this is like really, really big. And the only way we can get rid of this is through surgery, or they use that, it's a kind of electric, what do you call it? Like it's like a shock wave treatment, they really shoot. And it's a very, very painful process, So what I did, I actually did that treatment. Plus, I was taking all kinds of DXN products, RGGL, spirulina, lots of lion's mane and, cordypine, and all of that I was taking. And of course, all the coffees. And, how the first time, how did I experience that? When I was in Malaysia, holidaying at my family home, when I started waking up, I felt a lot of pain in the sole of my feet. And I just couldn't understand what is happening. Every time I get up and I try to put my foot down, it was so achy. And after some time, it will get better. And then, but I was just focused on the sole of the feet, but I never focused on the spur that was growing bigger and bigger.
Okay.
But because I was just focusing on the sole of the feet and not at the back, and I even went to an orthopedic surgeon and he said, oh, nothing to worry, this is just, aging process, which I don't believe is an aging process. And what happened? And after consuming these products continuously, you know what? My pediatrician was so surprised that my heel spur disappeared completely.
Wow.
Even now, I don't have a bone sticking out of my heel at all.
Wow, that is a really a fantastic, because in medically, we got no any other options of getting rid of the spur.
And that's what my pediatrician said too.
Yes.
But that is why I think when we start feeding our cells with good nutrients, and it's very important to have like bombarded with a lot of them. Because that it is already like, a stage where people say, doctors are saying that, it has to be operated on.
Yeah.
And we start taking a little bit, it's not going to work.
No.
So the choice is whether you want to stop it and lead a good quality of life, or you want to get it operated and go through more pain and suffering,
Yes.
So I took the easy way out, by taking the products, and now I'm really good.
Easy and a daring way,
Yeah.
because I believe so much so on what DXN products can do for us. Yeah. So with that confidence, I went. I really and you know what? And later when I went back to my pediatrician, I told him, "Hey, look, I managed to cure my heel spurs. Do you want to start taking my products?" He just laughed.
That's a good one. But did he took or not? No.
No, he didn't. Because you know why? If he starts introducing the DXN products, his shockwave treatment, each treatment is $200, 200 Aussie dollars.
It's a part of the business.
Yes, exactly. So he didn't take it, So, and then the second one, I wanted to ask a question. Yeah. Tonight I heard that one of my cousins, someone had a fall, a lady. She had a fall, and then she is so fearful that she doesn't want to like stand up and start walking. And he said her bones are painful, and she's highly stressed out, and she's getting spasms as well. But I asked him whether was there any fracture. He said no fracture, only stitches. So what I told him was, because he's a pensioner, and he's trying to support, his relative who is staying with him. So this is what I told him to take. I told him, you go for, spirulina, and then put this Gagen Plus.
Yes.
And I also said Morinzi, and then black coffee, and then Nutrizi. And then the Gano oil and Zimico, I told him to rub, Yeah, because I wanted it to be something that is affordable for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Exactly.
Have I missed out anything?
Yeah. That will definitely work for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Doctor, there's a question in the chat box. It's asking about May Lu.
Yeah, I read the question. It's about milk.
Yes, she's asking about, is it milk is not good, and how about the yogurt?
Milk nowadays has been very highly acidic, and it has been too much processed. It's gone through too much of process. I got a video back in the YouTube which explains, in detail about milk and how milk can damage. But for your question, Yogurt is very good. Yeah, you can add yogurt. You can even add our DXN products into the yogurt. You can add spirulina, sprinkle the spirulina, sprinkle the lemon zest into the yogurt, and you can make it like an ice cream, and little bit, half a teaspoon of honey. And this is what I do. And also like Dr. Puvan always have the Greek yogurt with kokozi, and that also is fantastic. And you can add this Greek yogurt, kokozi, and cordyceps cereal. Oh, fantastic. I tell you, all this is really, really tasty and very good for the gut. So you can do all this, is no problem. Just as long as you don't take milk, your digestive system will be good. Your microbiomes will be very healthy, because the milk is very highly acidic. It kills the microbiome. A lot of people don't believe this. You tried it out, you will know, you can see the difference there. Okay, because don't ask me those days why they drink milk, why now you cannot drink, because there's many reasons for it. Okay, and also for the Mr. Balan was telling for his problem, is it good to stop chapati? Give a try, Mr. Balam, just stop chapati for about 2 weeks. You see how's the difference. You will definitely see a lot of difference. And then you can take, chapati in a very moderate quantity, or get something very good quality flour that can replace your chapati, or you tried it out, because every human being has a different way of absorbing. And even the chapati you take, is make sure you chew them and take it slowly, eat slowly. Do not drink water while eating. This is very, very important. You see, a couple of things we always share, but people think that is, maybe, it sounds like very cartoon, like sticking the, tape on the mouth and then sleeping. That finds very funny. I was laughing too, but I tried it out and it works very well for me. When I told Mr. Nixon, he was laughing. And when all of us tried, but it gives so mind-blowing results, very good. So I tried it out yourself, then you'll know the difference, especially the one gluing the tape on your, lips. Like for me, I snore to glory. Maybe my neighbors also can hear me. We call it sound sleep. Sound sleep. We sleep with sound. And this is, like I know, been, for years it's been like that. We don't know in medical field, but there is no apnea. When I used to be in the hospital, we did a sleep apnea studies, that all clear, but there is sound. But so I have to put 4 to 5 tapes to really glue it, so that it doesn't come out. I think most probably, the tape will fly if I put only one.
Yeah.
Because the horsepower is very high horsepower engine. So, boom. So tried it out. The food and water, try to separate. All these you all must try, and you see the difference there. It is really, really fantastic, based on my experience. And then there is also some question for...
Mr. Balan is asking about his sister having a chronic gastric.
Stop the chapati and bread and milk and take the DXN products. Don't have water while eating. Even that will manage the gastric very well. So taking spirulina is very good for the gastric. You see, gastric is not a disease. This is something that you have been eating wrong food, wrong way, wrong timing. And that's what caused the damage to the stomach wall. Okay, so change to DXN coffee. Don't take any other beverages out there, which is very, very poisonous. And I think this should be good for you. And if you're in Malaysia, takes a lot of lion's mane.
Lion's mane is helping.
Yeah, take everything, integrate your entire product range into DXN, everything a little there and here. Oh, fantastic. You see, the vinaigrette, honey or vinaigrette, you put it into the coffee, super fantastic. You see, I have, a black coffee, with black coffee, lemon tea, vinaigrette, VCO. Oh my God, I can't finish it, it's so tasty, it's sour, it gives you a kind of kick there. Oh, it is just so good. You must try, then you know. The coffee lovers, yeah, it's so fantastic. I tell you, I just got no heart to finish it,
I take with black coffee and lemon tea now.
Yeah. And but it is so good, so good. I can't explain. Try it out. Okay. So whatever, any other question?
Is most of the acidic problem that DXL product will work superbly. Because when you're reducing your acidic level, most of your problem will be reduced. So the main thing here is the culprit is the acidic. So stop the sources. The source of the problem, you must stop it. Then only your body can heal. So you keep on continue bombarding your body with all the sources of acidic food, then the problem will remain and will come back again and again and again. So it's like repeating again the problem.
Okay, and there is also another question, Melo asking, where is your spirulina sourced from? DXN manufactures our own spirulina.
Yes.
Okay, we are the one of the largest spirulina manufacturer in the world. You see, another thing, another best part is DXN is a very, very humble company. Never claim anything. Never claim anything. We are the largest Ganoderma manufacturing company. We are the largest Ayurvedic manufacturing company. We are the fastest growing company. But Dr. Lim always says, no need to claim anything. Yes, share the products and you go on like that and people will love it and just help as many people. And that's what it, but not to talk big, but DXN manufactures our own spirulina. We have our own lab, we have our own raw materials, we have our own manufacturing plants. We do all our lab, our Q&A studies, QC, everything is done by our own lab. So that's why we call it One Dragon Company. It's all under one roof. Okay, we are also doing biotech, tourism, into many more things we are doing. So DXN technically involved about 7 sectors. Okay, I forgot about some few of the sectors. Agriculture, we are into farming, we are
manufacturing,
into, eco tourism,
palm oil.
Palm oil, we also
plantation, lot of
plantation and all. So that's the DXN company. Okay. So Balan has raised his hand shallow. So I think Balan's first. Yes, Balan.
Yes, Balan. Yeah, you can unmute now.
Hello, doctor.
Yes, Balan.
Doctor, one
Where
more question.
From, Balan?
One of my doctor, I'm from Bhutan, but I'm here in Malaysia, Bintulu, Sarawak.
Oh, okay.
So one question from my friend. So he want to come in the video chat. So doctor, he's here now.
Can.
Yes, please.
Good evening, doctor.
Good evening.
Actually, I'm not a member, but even then, I'm quite I purchased some of the DXN product. So I really feel a little bit not little bit also quite effective, and then what you say now, I'm not able to say also. But the thing I want to ask doctor that for last 2 months, I'm suffering from a severe pain in my left leg of thigh, doctor. So it's a back side of the thigh. So I cannot pronounce a appropriate name for that portion, but there's a little bit severe pain in my thigh.
Okay.
Back side of the thigh. So I just want to know if there is any.
What are the products you took? You have the pain before taking the product or after taking the product?
Actually, it's not because of product, but I usually take the RGGL, and then along with RGGL, I buy lemon tea, like toothpaste, soap, and then shampoo, all those things, doctor.
Okay, okay. You see, generally, what I can see from your, I may not be, 100% right because I didn't see you. Okay. So I think, most probably you have to work on your stomach. Okay. Try to separate your meals and water, and then don't take flour-based food too much, or your chapati and all this. Stop, take some rice, increase your curd, yogurt, and all these things. And also add spirulina into your diet, and add the lion's mane coffee or cordyceps coffee. And then you see how the pain is reducing. If your pain is reducing, that shows your stomach is not really good. So you need to work on increasing the quality of food, the timing you're eating, and all these things, and continue taking a lot of spirulina, RGGL, and also some enzymes to increase the digestion efficacy. Okay, that is very important. You see, nowadays, we have forgotten about enzyme. Those days, we never had science. We never had this knowledge about being wellness. We never spoke about anything because our great grandparents, our mother, father, always have enzymes in the food. And this was really good. I don't know where they had this idea. And every time when we eat, we have enzymes. Okay. In form of yogurt, we always served yogurt. We have, the pachadi. We have salads with yogurt, and we have a lot of coconut-based remedies. All this was there. So this is the enzymes. And also we have been like trained, to add the other enzyme-based waters and all. So this all was good, but nowadays everything has gone. The bread has come into the picture. Early morning breakfast is acid. The coffees out there, the commercial coffees is so much acidic, and it's been like coloring, so many things. So the enzyme part has really vanished off, and that has really, make our stomach digestion quality so poor. And that's why you are getting a lot of cramps and pulls and pricking, sharp pains, burning sensation, all on the left leg. And this is the stomach meridian is very badly been affected. Okay.
Okay.
You try this, and then you let me know, Balan, how you feel.
Okay, doctor. So, doctor, along with those diet and like doctor advice about the food I take. So, along with those things, is it advisable to do some exercise? Because usually I do jogging in the evening, doctor, and then some workout.
What is your nature?
For last 2 months.
What is your nature of job?
Jogging, doctor. Job. I'm a warehouse handler, doctor. So in a manufacturing company like smelting furnace companies.
Okay. What I suggest is, jogging, I leave it to you. If you feel comfortable after doing it, is okay. But jogging is actually won't really much help you. Do a lot of walking. Walking is always the best for us. So because we already malnutrition, we not enough nutrition. So due to that, our recovery is not so good there when we do a lot of jogging or vigorous exercise. So my suggestion is, do a lot of walking will be good. Some kind of like stretching, yoga kind of stuffs. All this is very helpful. Pydalagin also is very good. Maybe Ms. Nixon, you can, Shell, can you type out the pydalagin word in the chat box so that they can Google? So the pydalagin is very good. You can pick up a lot of pydalagin techniques in YouTube. Okay, all the, clapping and, beating.
The wording is there, doctor.
Okay.
Shall already write the pydalagin.
Yeah, you see the chatbot, the pydalagin, Google, and this is a very ancient Chinese, a remedy which has been proven very good. So all this is a very easy things. You can do this. There's so a lot of different type of stretching. So that is good. Just so 1,000 times better than your running. I was a marathon runner. I ran about 7 marathons in my life, many 10K marathons.
Oh.
But in this process, I also damaged my knee. But the recovery is there. Blessing with DXN products, is much better. So now I don't do any jogging because it is very bad for our knee, especially, and it's good for walking. Is always the best.
Okay, doctor. And then, doctor, last thing. Any advisable to can list out the DXN product that doctor advise recommend me to take so that I can list, doctor.
Okay, Nixon, can you write down in the chat box for him some recommendation for stomach issues? RGGR, spirulina, morinzi.
Can, doctor, I will write it down.
Yeah, he will write it down for you. Okay.
Okay, doctor.
Okay, thank you, Bal.
Thank you very much, doctor. Thank you very
much. Shall you may unmute and you may speak.
Yes, doctor.
Thank you, doctor. Doctor, for all those people who are like just now sharing that, they're having pains here and there, a very good remedy is just to slap on it,
Yes.
And it's because they don't know this modality of paidalagin. As you said, we can find it in the YouTube, just put paidalagin. And all they have to do is just do stretching. If you don't have the bench to stretch, just squat and hug your knees and put your head down. Is already a very good stretch. And then for slapping, every part of your body just slap 30 times, slap. Maybe Nixon, you can demonstrate how to slap. And doctor, you also can demonstrate since you're on video. So a lot of arthritic pain and all that actually can relieve with the slapping.
Yeah, it is like this. When you have a pain here, you beat on your like this. So what
those
happens?
Of them behind, they are saying they are finding it behind their knee.
Yes.
The 4 universal areas you must do. At least you slap 50 times on the inner elbow of left hand and right hand. The inner elbow.
Yes.
Your palms, your knees, the side, front and back, and the sole of your feet, the sides of your feet, and the top and bottom of your feet.
Yeah,
these
all the
are what we
universal
call
points,
4 universal areas.
Yes.
And this is very, very efficient. Even if somebody falls down with a heart attack or is having a stroke, just slap them on the left side, inner elbow, and they will revive. It's better than even CPR.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a very, very good thing to know and practice. You only need your hands.
Yes.
So please look up in the YouTube.
Yeah, please look up in the YouTube. The spelling is there.
Yeah, I've already put it in the chat box.
Yeah,
paidalagin. So it explains everything and just practice it. It's so easy. Everyone can do it. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when we take the DXN products together with the paidalagin, paida means slap, lagin means stretch. It's a Mandarin word, okay? So paida and lagin together with our DXN products, it will be amazing results, because paida lagin really improves the circulation of your system, the energy fields as well as the blood vessels and everything will work very fast. You will notice a change, So you can start actually from the top of your head to the sole of your feet. But I just give you the 4 key areas because we are running short of time. And there's another very important thing I wanted to share, doctor. This is from the neurological field. This is especially for people who are obese, who are having terrible arthritic pain and they cannot do any exercise. They cannot lift anything. They even cannot lift a cup. So how to do exercise, you might say, For those of us who can still slap, it's okay. But those of you who are really, so in bad shape, you can do all that just with your mind. They found out they had two groups of people. They taught them a list of things to do in the gym. One set of group did the actual exercise for half an hour. Another set of group, they taught them the exercise, but they asked them to do it in their minds. But they must spend the half an hour just imagining it in their mind. And do you know, when they tested the people afterwards, both had the same effect on their bodies. Because when you do like resistance, let's say you want to build your biceps and your triceps, what do you do in a gym? Usually you'll use a dumbbell, right?
Yes.
So how many sets of curls with I don't know what weight you're doing? Okay. Now, if you cannot even carry anything, never mind. You just lie down and you just imagine you're in the gym and see yourself doing the curls, 10 repetitions or whatever. And same thing with whatever part you are trying to, build back, because resistance training really, I know
Helps,
doctor is he is a bodybuilder. So he knows he can tell us about resistance training, how it can build our muscles. So those of us who are like can't do it, just do that. Imagine it and try it out, okay? You can also check in the YouTube, and they give a lot of examples, especially this Dr. Joe Dispenza. This doctor, he broke his whole spine got broken up in an accident. He just lay there. He was paralyzed from neck down. He healed himself in 3 months. Just because he was a chiropractor, he knew the name of every lumbar bone in the spine, In 3 months, he healed his whole spine. So our mind is very, very powerful, okay? And especially when you give it the nutrients that it requires, it can be super, super fast. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Maybe one of these days, we will have 15 minutes or 20 minute sessions, on Pidalagin, so this maybe can help a lot of people. Okay, Ms. Nixon, shall we end the session?
Yes, doctor. Can, doctor.
You are there?
Can. All right. Thank you so much for the section today. So we have learned a lot of good things, and how this acidic and all this arthritis and so many things have damaged our body, and we have a very good chances how to regain back. So we learn about how the enzymes work, how the detoxification, and also learn about this Pidalagin and so on. So use it as a tool for you to change your life. And as you learn here, this is very important that whatever we learn here, we have to practice it. So if we never practice, then we won't get any results. So the main platform here we are teaching people to get the results that you want. So when we learn, we have to practice. So a lot of people they learn many things, but they don't want to practice it, but keep on doing the same mistake and again until they never get the result. So we should learn and practice it. That is how we can able to gain back what we lost. So thank you so much for the great day, and thank you, doctor, for the good section. You have given us a very fantastic explanation about all this acidic problem and so on and so on. And a lot of people are sharing their knowledge. Thank you so much for everyone, Mr. Puan, Dr. Puan, Madam Shell, and so on. So this section will be continuous every week, and we keep on asking. Tomorrow will be our coffee day section, and bring some people. We talk about a lot of things about coffee and how this coffee has benefited us, and how with this coffee you can help to gain the health that we have, and also to promote DXN, also gain some extra income from how we can promote the DXN and get extra income. Everything we can learn tomorrow, and see you tomorrow for this